everyone, back to me again. I'm Inayah Chahya with the Light Student IDN with 0, 1, and 3. Okay, so guys, today I'm gonna influence all of you to read a book. The title is How to Teach English by Jeremy Harmer. Long short story, guys. When I've heard like we should make advertised textbooks, I was really feel like textbook again. It will be bored to read it with academic writing style. It will be bored to read it a theory. But then actually, when I found this book, when I sat down and I read this book, guys, I really understand why we should find a textbook that match to us, because I really read all of page, guys, because it was really interesting. And now I want to explain to you what this book talking about. Like I've said before, the title of this book is How to Teach English by Jeremy Harmer. So by the end of this video, I promise you will interest to read this book. So guys, first I want to talk about this book, what this book talking about. So guys, basically Jeremy Harmer write a book that guide someone or guide people who just get into teaching English. Jeremy Harmer write this book for beginner teacher, and also for us student teacher. So if you're a student teacher, you're a self-course, or maybe your lecturer just have told you like, hey, you're gonna teach next semester, this book is literally for you. Why I say like that? Because the whole point of it is to answer the question, how do you actually teach English? Not just the theory side of it, but the real practical stuff, guys. Like what do you do when you come into the classroom, and then how do you make a lesson plan, and then how do you manage your class, how you handle your student that aren't engaging. All of that explaining in this book. This book, it's cover everything, guys, from grammar, vocabulary, also the 4 skill. You know 4 skill? Yes, you're right. Writing, reading, listening, and then what? Writing, reading, listening, speaking. I forgot, sorry. And even stuff like classroom managing, guys, and also how do you motivate your student, also explained in this book. It's really complete, right? And you know what? The best part of this book is this book doesn't take forever to read. The language is very simple. The chapters are really short. And it's actually Harmer just talking to you guys, just talking with his friends. It's really interesting. Okay, so as usual, every book has a strength and weakness. So let's get into the real stuff. What's good about this book and what's not good about this book. Starting with the strength. The first thing, guys, like I said before, this book is easy to read. Like I've picked up another methodology teaching book, and I just completely lost after 2 pages, guys. But this one is different. Harmer writes like he's explaining to his friend, not trying to impress with an academic language. That make a huge difference, because you're not bored when you read this book, especially when you're already stressed about assignment. This book is really easy to understand. And the second one, this book actually really practical, because a lot of textbooks just give a theory, and then after that they let us wondering like, after I know the theory, what should I do next? What I do with the theory? But this book doesn't do that, because every chapter has activities, example, reflection test that you can actually use in a real classroom. And the third, the strength is this book covered a lot, from grammar, vocabulary, for skill, lesson planning, managing a class. It's all in there. So you don't need a 5 book to learn about it. Just read this one. And now let's talk about the weakness of this book, because there's no perfect in this world, like also this one. This book, guys, the weakness is when you're already a teacher, an experienced teacher, this might feel a bit basic, because this book really designed for beginner, guys. So if you've been teaching for years, some part might feel like stuff you already know. Then Harmer actually has a deeper book called The Practice of English Language Teaching. So if you want the book that more advanced, just look for that book, okay? And the other thing, guys, the weakness is the example are mostly for general English classroom. So if you're going to be teaching business English, or you're teaching young learners or exam preparation, you will probably need the other materials, because this book doesn't really go into those specific contexts deeply. And now I want to influence you why you should read this. Why you should read this book, Naya? It's really basic. So guys, here part where I tell you you should actually care about this book. And I promise I'm not just saying this. So guys, think about what it actually means to teach English. Teach English, you're not just explaining the grammar, guys. You're not just explain the theory, listening, speaking, writing, or etc. reading. But guys, you're helping someone to communicate. Helping someone to communicate with their future boss, and then with people from other country, with the world. That's a big deal, right? That's a purpose of you teaching English. And to do that well, you need more than just knowing English, but you need to know how to teach English, how to teach it, how to make your student understand the point of the material, how to make the student easy to catch what the point that you explain, and this book will help you. So guys, if you're starting to become an English teacher right now, this book is going to make your training so much smoother. The concept your lecture talk about, Harmer explaining them in plain language, the lesson plan format, Harmer he walks you through step by step. And if you're going, guys, to be standing in front of students soon, whether in the next year or maybe next month, you should really read this book, because you will go in with confidence if you read this book, not just panic. Because honestly, the teacher who struggle with their first year are usually the one who know the subject, who understand the subject, but didn't know how to teach it. So this book help you to bridge that gap. It's not going to make you a perfect teacher overnight, guys, but nothing will. But it gives you really solid foundation to build from, and sometimes that's actually what you need. Okay, so yeah, that's how to teach English by Jeremy Harmer, guys. If I had to sum it up into one sentence, I would say this book that makes teaching feel less scary and more interesting. Whether you're just starting out of looking for a refresher, I really think it's worth your time, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, and good luck on your teaching journey. You've got this. Bye bye.